This is the crazy part right here.
Shooting at each other.
Yeah, man, like we was shooting, they was shooting, shit was crazy. Me and 50 stared each other in the eyes with guns drawn.
What?
Guns drawn. Two that was friends and homies, and they came up in hip hop together. And I don't even know who fired first shot. I just know we were shooting at each other.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel, VIDWON Reacts. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this, and comment if you feel whatever I'm saying is right, wrong, whatever. Today we're gonna get into the 50 Cent, the Game beef, but it's not more about the 50 Cent Game beef. It's more about how much this dude, the Game, be capping. He's crazy with it. Like, it's just crazy. But we're gonna get into this video. It's called When 50 Cent Showed His True Characters, live on radio. But I'm gonna fast forward it to the part where it's talking about the Game. Let's dive right into it.
Of G-Unit mixtapes to help him build the buzz. 50 then wrote and gave the Game some songs that were on his debut album. Some of the songs 50 gave the Game turned out to be the biggest hits on his album. Tony Yayo even stated that he wished 50 had given the songs to him.
Even when he wrote for Game, I remember like, this how we doing all that stuff. Like,
Yeah, yo, funny, right? Yo, mad funny.
I remember hearing that on my condo, and I looked at Fifth like, you gonna give this nigga this shit? This is how we do all that shit, hated, loving. I'm looking at him like,
these are hits.
Motherfucker, give me that shit. Or keep that shit for yourself.
But according to the Game, 50 Cent's only contributions to the album were just the choruses and the records you heard him rap on. The Game.
All right, that's his first cap. That's how it all started. This dude ain't like that because, as you know, 50 put in work on that album. He was trying to big him up like as the new character because he seen like, man, if this nigga let me manage the way I want him to go, we can make big money. You know what I'm saying? This dude is seeing it somewhere, some other way, like being cocky about it.
Was also friends with almost everyone 50 Cent was beefing with, and having Jimmy Henchman as his manager didn't make things easier as well.
And then this dude, Jimmy Henchman, he's over here amping this nigga like, yo, bro, G-Unit ain't shit without you. You heard? You the star.
Unit is here, 50's here, and Game can be anywhere in between that and probably even bigger than that.
Crazy.
And you can't suppress that. You can't suppress that with just G-Unit.
I wanted to be on Dre's level, on Eminem's level, and I wanted to be respected as that. I don't think 50 respected me in that aspect. I think he wanted me to be a G-Unit soldier, which I'm not.
You can tell Jimmy Henchman played his part.
See what I mean? Like, bro, fall in line, make this money. The chemistry's right. Let's do this. Like, what's up with the ego thing?
Encouraged this beef. After some time, while doing an interview with Power 105, 50 Cent stated that the Game was no longer a member of G-Unit. This is when everyone knew that the beef had officially started.
Hey, now let's talk about the G-Unit for a minute, 50.
Yeah.
Now I read where you said Game was about to be dropped from Aftermath.
Now this is 50 in the A Lover show.
Interscope before you got involved. That's true?
Yeah. It was absolutely the truth.
How did that transpire?
Creatively, the tires got stuck in the mud, and you know what I mean? So we actually got together. I recorded 6 records on Game's new album.
Right.
I did West Side Story, How We Do, Hated to Love It, Church for Thugs, Special, and Higher. You see what I'm saying? And he came back recently.
Damn, he practically did the whole album. That's crazy. All the hits. He was the one with all the hits. Crazy.
From overseas and was disrespectful, man. Like the way he's like, it's like he's feeling himself, like because of how well his record is selling. You know, so I openly, I wouldn't expose what I did for the project, but I wrote those records. I created the concept of those records, and he rapped around it. He's a great rapper. He's not a good songwriter. It's incredible that he would come back and forget how much I've done for him. You know, personally. You know what I'm saying?
So where does he?
So how y'all feel about that? You think he's disrespectful for that? I think he should be a little bit more, thankful.
As far as Junior is concerned right now?
Across the street or around the corner. He's not in my camp.
Not at all.
No way. You know what I mean? And Dre was a major part of that. And at the same time, I did get, the tail was wagging the dog for a second. Dre had got creatively tied up onto the Game project, and he stayed over there, so I had to kind of go off and make my record. You know what I mean? That's why it's like 2 records from Dre on this album.
Yeah, it's only 2 records.
You know what I mean? And I sat in Los Angeles longer than I've ever.
That was in The Devil's Advocate, right? Was it that one? That shit was fire. The album was fire, I ain't even gonna lie.
I did 4 days the last time. This time I was out there for about 2 months and 3 weeks.
Waiting to work with Dre?
And I made the records while being proactive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I can't sit there because he's tied up on another project, and I love Dre again. But if he's confused with what direction he wants to go in after this, my next album, I have the same 20 cuts this album has on it, but it'll be sold as a double CD. It'll fulfill my album requirements for Interscope Records. That'll be the end of 50 Cent on Shady Aftermath. And I'll move forward in my career as a Shady G Unit artist.
Right. It would know.
He was like, yo, bro, if you keep fucking with the Game, I'm out of here, bro. I'm gonna keep fucking with the white boy. And that's it, bro. Cause that nigga's a fraud. I don't like him. It's either him or me.
Feelings at all?
Yeah, no hard feelings at all.
Well, why did you and Game get into a shoving match?
We ain't never been in a shoving match.
No, that's not true.
You say to sound good.
Okay.
That's what you say to look good. Me and 50, I push 50.
Never.
You see what I'm saying? That never happened. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's things that they say that inconsistent. Like, I really don't understand what made them do that.
50 Cent would then have.
Now, listen to what he said, right? So now, listen to all the cap coming from this dude, the Game, bro. This dude is like, I don't know, bro. It's like, is he trying too hard? Is he too real? But at the same time, doesn't want to level it down a notch? What is it with him? But he be capping, bro. He be capping. He be capping crazy. And he act like dudes are supposed to believe his shit.
Another interview with Funk Master Flex on Hot 97, explaining why he kicked the Game out of G Unit.
And I overextended myself to him because he was the person that I sat down and actually, he's been in my house. Okay. I don't know what the inside of Dr. Dre's house looks like. I brought him there and sat there and made the records that he had. A lot of those records, I muted vocals. I had already wrote those records. You know what I mean? Like, he says what he said about Jay-Z to make him attack him. Then when he does it, he says, nah, I ain't do that. The night that happened, I said, wait, let me get on the phone. He called me from Amsterdam.
It's crazy because he just wanted, he wanted that beef. But it was more really like trying to beef with your idol. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to get that beef, trying to get that swarm around him, that JC swarm. But Jay-Z ain't even budged to him.
I said, let me get on the phone with Jay-Z and find out exactly what's going on. I get on the phone, see if it's serious or like that. Me and Jay never actually made contact, but the information came back that Jay was like, nah, I was tapping him a little something light to make him know that I will, if you keep going. And I said, oh, thanks, good looking, because you didn't destroy the money right there. You could have just got rid of him. You see what I'm saying? Real easy like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not established to that point. He still got to make records on his own. He hasn't made anything by himself yet.
And while this interview was going on,
Crazy. He exposed him. He said, yo, you can't be fucking around, because after that, if you keep fucking around, you still got to make songs by yourself. So then what if I'm not there creatively? You can't make songs, bro. You could rap, but even to me, his rap is limited too, because he's always name calling.
Richmond was allegedly pissed that his client had been kicked out of G-Unit. He allegedly sent the Game and some serious dudes to go to Hot 97 and confront 50 Cent. 50 was on the show with the other G-Unit members. However, security didn't allow Game and his homies into the building. The situation eventually turned into a fight with bullets zipping around as the homies started shooting. When the whole G-Unit crew heard the Game was downstairs, they ended the interview abruptly.
All right, check it out. So supposedly, allegedly, the Game is downstairs with Jimmy Henchman. This is downtown, NYC, and these niggas is upstairs with an interview. And this is the what went down.
Enough's enough? Right now. It's Hot 97. Funk Flex. We focus.
DJ, nobody.
Flex, sorry about that. Hey, it's okay, fellas. Hey, it's all great.
There is some confusion about what actually
Crazy,
happened.
they went down there.
And that's partly because the Game is the master at switching up his story at every opportunity he gets.
Now listen to this dude. Listen to the difference. The same scenario, he translates it like something completely different every time. And every time it sounds like a movie you saw.
Interview where the Game states that 50 Cent actually went out the back door just to avoid facing him.
People say, they like to say, well, 50 Cent, shot one of Game's, cohorts or whatever, but that's not what happened. 50 Cent went out the back door of the radio station and his security.
Now remember this, people. He said 50 Cent went out the back door to avoid him, right?
Security, which were more than likely NYPD, came out.
But in this interview, Game switches his story and says that he and 50 Cent was looking at each other eye to eye with guns drawn and
crazy, bro. Watch and how he describes this. Crazy. He describes this with a passion, like it really went down like this. This is the crazy part right here.
Shooting at each other.
Yeah, man, like we was shooting, they was shooting, shit was crazy. Me and 50 stared each other's in the eyes with guns drawn.
What?
Guns drawn. Two that was friends and homies, and they came up in hip hop together, and I don't even know who fired first shot. I just know we were shooting at each other.
Come on, what that sound like, y'all? Don't that sound like some old-fashioned Western duel shit? Just in case.
This nigga crazy, I'm telling you. But that's not all of it. Here's the crazy part. He keeps going.
You're confused like me. We've gone from 50 slipping out the front door to the Game claiming that 50 took out guns and they were shooting at each other. And the whole scene was like Grand Theft Auto all over the place. Now stick with me. In this next clip, Game claims that 50 Cent had NYPD and other armed men for his security. So
now he switched it. First he was slipping out the back door. Then they were drawing guns with each other. And he don't know who shot the first shot, but it was crazy. He was ducking, shooting, doing all types of crazy shit, jumping over cars. And now he's talking about this dude had NYPD though, bro. Yo, this nigga's crazy.
And his homies were outgunned.
And they felt they were scared. So they pulled out guns, and dude got to shooting at the ground, skidded up, hit Kevin. He was bleeding in the snow, and I feel embarrassed by what happened, and I felt like I let all my guys down and leading them in that, you know, in that situation where we had to retreat because we were outgunned.
So what this means is that 50,
he was out. They was outgunned. They shot one ricochet hit through the kneecap. You know how it was. I had to choke a dude out. Hold the gun sideways.
had more men than the game. However, in another interview, the game switched up again and said that he and 50 both had 30 men with them.
I don't even know who fired first shot. I just know we were shooting at each other. And at that moment, everything was in slow motion. It wasn't about nobody else that was there, even though I had 30 with me and 50 had 30.
Yo, everything was in slow motion. I don't know. 50 had 30. I had 30. 30 plus 30 equals 60. You already know. This nigga's like, yo, bro, the ultimate capper. And he dead
with
serious.
him, man. It's almost a blessing that only one person got hit.
Somebody dead. That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. That's cap.
And if you think that's the
fact.
last time the game changed his story, you're wrong. In the game's latest interview, he stated that he had 70 men with him. Yes, 70.
So what was interesting is I was rolling with you during that time, but that day I'm like, I'll just stay home. So you and New Jersey Devil and some of your homies,
A lot of them.
a bunch of your homies. How deep were you guys that day?
Like 70.
70?
Yeah.
Okay.
70. It went from 30 to 70. You crazy, we was up in there. You lucky the other 130 didn't come through. Yo, this nigga's a capper.
Come on, man. Not even Hollywood writers are on the game's level. But despite game's different versions of the story, we are sure of one thing, and that is that there was a shootout outside of the building of Hot 97 on that day. The game did arrive with his homies, and during the shootout, one of his homeboys was shot in the leg that day. Now, fortunately, the bullet didn't hit any vital organs, and he did survive.
Police say a group was exiting the building. They were leaving, and they started to argue, and someone pulled a gun. 50 was not injured during the incident. Victim is in stable condition. No arrest.
Hot 97 was nicknamed.
Okay. So 50 and G Unit went downstairs straight. Yo, let's go get... Man, listen, going out the front door, B.
Shot 97 after this. 50 and G Unit were banned from the station as this was a very serious issue. However, it's difficult for a station to not want one of the most successful rappers on their platform, especially when it's a name like 50 Cent, who surely drives the ratings to a whole other level. Instead, Hot 97 stopped interviewing him in their main studio. Whenever 50 is around, they use a different studio to interview one of the most polarizing figures they are involved with.
I spent a whole bunch of money on the intro.
And you decided to change it to come out with him?
I'm just gonna come out right there.
That was so dope. The moment of you two standing up there was so great. That
I want to miss that part.
You did the right thing, Fif.
It worked, and then
the right thing.
It worked, and I knew to come from that.
Yeah, after this, the video goes on to something else, like another theory, another theme. But now that's it for me right here with this video. It's just so you could see how much the game caps and the beef between him and 50, how it really started. Because he was like at a whack, like he was doing extra shit, you know. Shout out to, what's his name, Rap Rewind, for a good video. You know, I look more into your videos. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, and, you know, don't be capping, man. Till next time, peace.